Hey, Brett Blair here, author of From Autopilot to Authentic and a high performance coach. And you know, one of the things that I coach people on all the time is the importance of making their physical health a big time priority in their lives. And you know, you and I, we only get one body to live in, and it's up to us how we treat that one and only body. And for me, and this may sound crazy to you, but I plan to live until I'm 115 with great physical and mental health. And for that reason, I need to take care of my one and only body right now. And I also want to wake up each morning with energy and strength and flexibility, and with a physical body that can keep up with all my crazy ideas and my goals and my dreams. I imagine you want the same thing in your life and with your one and only body. I want to talk with you now about a habit that I've created over the past several years, and it's something that I've grown to love. What is it? It's running. I like to run. I love to run, and primarily long runs, long distances. My wife and I run 2 half marathons each year, and we just finished our 15th one. I've also done a couple of full marathons, one in Nashville, Tennessee, and then one here in North Carolina. And sometimes people will come up to me and they'll say, Brett, why do you run? And my funny answer to that is so I can eat. And that's partially true. You know, running does burn a ton of calories, and because of that, I can eat more of the foods I like and not gain a bunch of weight. But another reason I like to run is that it's really great for my mind. Like, I can think more clearly and handle pressure better, and sometimes come up with ideas and solutions to problems while I'm running. I also sleep a lot better when running is a part of my daily routine. By having that next half marathon on the calendar, which requires at least 12 weeks of training to get ready, I find myself more disciplined in running as a result. And I also somehow find myself more disciplined in the rest of my life. And Dr. Tom Hill taught me that personal discipline leads to personal freedom. So even if running is not your thing, then exercise, some kind of physical movement. It's really critical for all of us. And regardless of your level of fitness, I encourage you to set aside time every day for some kind of physical exercise. It could be walking or riding your bike or swimming, lifting weights, yoga, whatever feels most natural for you, that's what you should do. And you know, once you develop the habit of daily exercise, it starts to become easier and more natural, and you may even learn to love it. Getting started is the hardest part. And I didn't always love to run. You know, like 10 years ago, I was really pretty sedentary. I wasn't really overweight, but I wasn't physically fit, and I didn't run. I didn't even think that running was really a sport or a hobby or anything that would ever interest me. I actually thought running was kind of boring and exhausting and way outside my capacity. I was wrong. And one day back then, something changed. Something happened. I woke up and I knew that I wanted to become stronger. I knew I wanted more energy. And I was getting older, like we all are, day by day. And I decided I would become a runner. And now I am a runner. And I love it. And not because of the races that I run and the medals and the shirts you get for them, but that's a lot of fun. And not because I'm proud of the hundreds of miles I've run, but because of what it's done to my life and to my one and only body. You know, running helps me to thrive physically and emotionally. And I've learned to appreciate the challenge that running brings to my life and to be accepting of the times when it feels downright painful. But once I push through that wall of difficulty, there's a rush of peace and accomplishment that I feel at the end of a race. And this holds true whether I'm running in an actual event with thousands of other runners or running all by myself on the Tobacco Trail here near my house. And when I finish a run, my mind is fresh and invigorating, and I kind of feel a sense of peace. And I feel proud of my small victory, another day of running and loving every minute of it. So let me give you a few tips on how I think you should start the habit of running. And remember, these are coming from a guy that that never used to run. So first of all, check around and schedule yourself for an upcoming event, a running event. It could be a 5K, which is about 3.1 miles, or a half marathon. And then get a bunch of your friends to sign up with you as well. And then number 2, write down your training plan. Like really pre-plan the days that you're gonna run and how long you'll run. And if you're doing a half marathon, I like the training program by Hal Higdon. You can Google this on your computer and print it out. Number 3, set a specific time every day that you're gonna run. For me, I like to run in the morning. And if the weather is bad, then I run on a treadmill at the gym. And running in the morning, for me, it starts my day out with a feeling of commitment, and it makes me feel energized all day long. Number 4, get a running buddy, or better yet, join a running group. Now, I like to run with my wife, Kim, but we'll sometimes run with a group of people to change things up. And by the way, I've noticed that runners all tend to be happy and healthy and fun people. I don't think I've ever met a grumpy runner. I think that's pretty cool. Number 5, make sure you have a good pair of running shoes, and be sure to replace them as often as you need to. They do wear out. And I've moved to running on what is called minimalist shoes, which have helped me a lot in avoiding shin splints. I also like to listen to music and sometimes listen to audiobooks while I'm running. So I've got a pair of these wireless earbuds I put on, as well as a little pouch that carries my iPhone. And this is a great way to learn while you're doing good things for your body. And finally, there's a great book out there called Born to Run, written by Christopher McDougall, and I think you'll love the story in this book. So those are my thoughts and my advice on the subject of running. And I'm going to keep on running until the day my body gives out and I can't. But will you do me a favor? If you start running and you find that it becomes a habit in your life, then shoot me a note and let me know. And I think it'd be great if a bunch of us could meet up one day and run a 5K, or maybe better yet, run a half marathon together. So until then, I'm wishing you happy trails. Thanks.